Hey, Mark Nelson from marknelsononline.com. Coming to you from inside today. Yesterday I was out at the lake with my wife and a family friend, my daughter and one of her good friends, excuse me. And sometimes you get in the sun too much. So it's sunny here in Knoxville, and it's going to be a great day. I don't know what my Nancy and I are going to be doing, but we'll head out somewhere. Anyway, what I want to talk to you about, man, we had a great day the other day. Um, just fun to be around friends. But I want to talk to you about vision, and I'm going to be doing a webinar about vision coming up this Wednesday, this Thursday, which will be very exciting, and I'm going to enjoy it. But um, I did a video the other day about your why and your vision, and if you're in the home industry business, you're always being talked to about your why and what your why is, um, and whatnot. So, but I really want to talk about vision because we just had the coolest thing happen to us. I'm in a coaching program, and my coach wanted me to write down my perfect day. And, I see you guys coming on. Please, tell me where you're from and what you're doing and what you're going to do today. Anyway, part of my vision was that the perfect day, I'd actually done this 5 years ago when I was doing something else. I sat down and I took it really serious, you know, to see what your perfect day, and I wrote things down and I'd read it and keep it in my forefront. And um, it's extremely interesting because once you put some of these things in place, the thought patterns in place about how things are going to go, it just amazes me how they work for you. See, 5 years ago, I wrote down that um, my perfect day was being able to see my two kids, and we lived within 10 miles of them, or excuse me, 10 minutes of them. And at that time, we lived 16 hours from them, and we'd see them maybe 2, 3 times a year, 3 or 4 days at a crack. It just was not the most advantageous thing for our family, and we just never saw it ever changing. We just didn't see it because there was nothing in the cards that was going to allow my wife and I to move from Wisconsin to Tennessee. It just didn't happen. Well, guess what? 3 years ago, we moved to Knoxville, Tennessee, and we live within 10 minutes of our two kids. And in fact, we take care of their dogs a lot. I have my son's dog today because he went back to see some college friends. We were on the pontoon yesterday with my daughter and one of her good friends from where we used to live, and just had a unbelievable day. But see, I believe our vision put that in place. It really did. Uh, the universe, everything started working through and started connecting things for us. Well, now 2 days before, we were at a friend's house for dinner. Labor Day weekend, right? You sit around with friends and enjoy good food and good drink and laughter. And these friends, they're from Knoxville. They travel a lot. And I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Under the Tuscany Sun. I think that's the name of it. And I don't even know how old it was, but I remember my wife and I watched it, and it was a great movie. And we had this thought that we want to go to Italy. We want to go under the Tuscany sun. And we've mentioned it and we've talked about it. Well, I'm getting back to this vision. See, I sat down and wrote my perfect day one more time. What would be my perfect day like? And what I wrote was my wife and I are planning our trip to Italy. So, what's so interesting when we started talking to these people while we were at dinner, um, they're telling us about all her trips, and this one person travels a lot for her business. She's an event planner and goes all over the place. And we mentioned we'd love to see Italy, and they started talking about a trip they did there prior. And that night, we started making plans to go to Italy next summer. Now, I just think that is so cool. I mean, this was 4 days ago. I wrote this vision. My wife and I are planning a trip to Italy. And then 2 days ago, we're sitting down talking, putting plans in place to make that trip happen. I mean, how cool is that? That just blows me away how those things work. Um, so we don't have plans for it yet, but it's put in place. It's the thoughts are going through when we're going to do. We'll pick dates, um, probably within the next month when we're going to head out, and we're going to plan our trip to Italy. But the reason I'm talking about this is your vision. So I have a suggestion for you: is you sit down, right, and get in a quiet spot with a notebook and really plan out the perfect day for you. You know, where are you going to be? Who are you going to be with? You're going to be living in the same spot? Are you working? Are you retired? Are you traveling? Those are just amazing ideas and amazing thoughts. So, my wife and I travel. So, again, my suggestion for you is sit down with a notebook and write out your perfect day. See what it entails. See how things work. Hey, head over to my blog, marknelsononline.com. I have it up in the description. Just one, I'm going to ask two things. Click subscribe so you always get my Facebook Lives. But head over to my blog. I have a free PDF of how to use Facebook to interact on social media. And you get on my newsletter because this coming Thursday, I'm going to put out a webinar. And we're going to be talking about your why and your vision and 3 things that you can do to be extremely successful in your business. It's going to be a great webinar. But if you get on my list, I'll send you a link to sign up and we'll go from there. So I hope you all have a great, great Labor Day weekend. Enjoy yourself. If you're with family, enjoy your family. And we will talk soon. Bye.